driving down the road doing one-night stands on a big old bus with a million fans, making money for nothing with the boys in the band. The girls all screaming, Lord, they don't understand that it's a hard, hard way. A hard, hard way. It's a hard way to make an easy living. Well, the video's playing on CMT, so I must be rich. Oh, woe is me. I'm sitting here waiting on a royalty check, but I get a funny feeling from the record exec. And it's a hard, hard way. It's a hard, hard way. It's a hard way to make an easy living. Well, you can't convince them that you're working at all when the hours are short and the women are tall. So you might as well let them believe that you got it made. Houston to Seattle down to Maryland, and I ain't seen nothing but a holiday. I like that old song, I've been everywhere. They say that half the fun is just getting there. And it's a hard, hard way. It's a hard, hard way. It's a hard way to make it easy living.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. So I wanted to come on here real quick. What's up? Hello, Spencer Went. Hello, Victoria. I just wanted to come on here because we're supposed to have the auction tonight. The video is 2 hours long, so it's a huge auction. It's a huge auction, and so it's our last one that we're going to have on the channel for 2024 because now we have a new channel, which is the Auction House of OTWP. So what I did is I postponed the auction until tomorrow at 4:30. But this is a blowout auction, and I just felt I needed to come on and at least give you all a heads up of what was going on. It has taken forever for it to upload, and I'm still waiting for the checks, which could be like another hour. I do not want to start it at 8 o'clock at night because it's going to be, I would say, a 4 to 5 hour auction that's going to be happening. A lot going on in the news. That's for dang sure, y'all. That's for dang sure. Really interesting. Something that I fell into this podcast earlier, and I was like, wow, oh boy. Dragonflies is dropping the link. If you have not joined the auction house, there will be auctions over there twice every other week. New items, soaps, antiques, all kinds of stuff. But back to this podcast, very, very freaking interesting. Patriot No Jab, what's going on with you? Lady Casket, how's it going? So I'm listening to this podcast, and all these weird things have been happening with the Boeings, right? Right, everybody, y'all know this. We've been watching them, like their cargo doors come open, there's flames shooting out the back of them, all kinds of crazy stuff. Well, a whistleblower came forward about Boeing. Now all of a sudden, they said he committed suicide. So the Marjorie Taylor Greene was on there, and some other people were on there. It was a very interesting podcast. I just stumbled upon it, and so they're saying, was he suicided, or did he commit suicide? Very, very interesting. Yeah, Lady Casket. And if you really look into the Agenda 2030, shit dang son of somebody, everything that's in there is coming right at us. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's unbelievable. The things that are happening. I guess it's not unbelievable because I felt it coming. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. Patriot No Jab. It seems like that happens to a lot of people. So I postponed the auction till tomorrow night. If you're not registered, please register. If you're not a member of the new channel, the Auction House of OTWP, please join that, because we'll be having auctions every other week, 2 times, one early and one late. Hey, Miss Needle, what's going on with you? So I just wanted to kind of let people know. Does in a hotel parking lot at 9 March? Sure. Yeah. Well, there's I don't know. We're under attack from every single angle, every single thing. I mean, our food chain is crumbling before our eyes. I think Germany's having a lot of problems right now too, isn't it, Miss Needle? So I think we're at the point. Hold on, here comes the helicopters. That's another big thing that we didn't have a lot around here, and now all of a sudden we have a lot of military movement. I know St. Louis is 2.5 hours east of us, 3 hours, right? But it's really interesting that they keep flying overhead. It's been we've lived here going on 4 years. The first year, we never ever heard a military helicopter ever, and now it's like nonstop. Um, yeah, yeah, we have so many. We have so many military helicopters like constantly, and I'm not a paranoid prepper. I walk in faith, light, love, and hope. But I'll tell you what, it's the same ones that everyone else is seeing. These black primer choppers, they're H1s. I would say they're H1s, maybe H3s. But I worked around a lot of those, and those are like I don't understand. Those are used like in war type situations. I think that our government knows a lot of things that we don't know for sure. Well, they have a lot of things planned for us. They have a lot of things planned for us. That's for sure. And I think as all those things roll forward and keep coming at us, it's going to get really, really crazy. I want to, that's one thing is that I keep watching is what's happening with China and Taiwan. And that's a huge thing. That's a huge freaking thing because I think the more that happens over there, the more we're going to see it unfold here. Yeah, it is. It's definitely only a matter of when, not if. I mean, before we'd always say if it happens, when, if it's going to happen. It's just when is it going to happen? And I think with the situation that happened this morning over in Russia and them taking down the missiles, right? They took down three or four of them, I think. I did it on the morning broadcast over to TWP report, but sometimes my memory is, I think it was four. So those cost roughly millions and millions of dollars. That's just for the system itself, not including the missile. And so I think it's going to pop off. I mean, I think it's going to pop off here in the United States and around the world. It's going to be kind of like a simultaneous thing where it's just and it's explosive. We're seeing it, but we're seeing it in these little sectors. And so I think people are taking it to heart like, oh, it's going to happen to the United States or, oh, it's going to happen here or there. I think that that's one big thing is that so many people don't. I think many people will not believe something's going to happen until it's right in their face. Yeah. And crypto and gold are really off the chart, Lady Casca. Crypto, the last time I looked, 62,000. But I think that that's also a little plan. You get invested in you. This is the thing. Um, I got to find the article. I got to find the article. I got to tell you all about this article. Hello, Buddha channel. Hello, Spencer pop up. Yes, Mr. Willoway Ranch. Hello. Yes, we were supposed to be having the auction, but it's still uploading, and it's a very long auction. So I'm going to start it tomorrow at 4:30, so that we can be on time for the 5 p.m. But let me see if I can find it real quick. This was so interesting to me. I was like, holy smokes, because it's all about the CBDC. And I think that when the CBDC rolls in, right? Hey, Tam, I think that when the CBDC rolls in, that's what's going to really be the wake up call. Oh, I know where it was at. Hold on a minute. I only have like too many things here. Uh, oh my goodness. Jesus criminy, now where's it at? Well, basically, what it's talking about is exactly what we all thought would happen, right? Oh, definitely. War is definitely coming. So let me just say it off the top of my head. Sometimes I like to look at my notes or whatever. Y'all know my memory is kind of jacked up from PTSD. Hopefully, keep y'all fingers, everybody pray, keep your fingers crossed. I'm going to the disabled American vets, hoping things look up finally and things turn around for my disability. What I want to say though is so Nepal is talking about the CBDC. and this is what they were talking about in this article, is that when a child is born, they will be assigned a digital, right, number, a digital number. So just instead of, they'll get rid of the birth certificate and they'll bring in the CBDC when you were born. I thought it was a very interesting article, as it went into it, because that is like probably one of the last places that I thought would just fall into line with the new thing, right? But I think that no matter how we look at it, we can't change, right? We can't change what's going to occur. We can only change the way we react to it. And so many people on prepping channels and homestead channels and stuff say, "No way, I'm not going for it. I'm not going to do it." I think that that's already here, Miss Needle. I think that this right here, this right here, right, folks, they can track us, they can listen to us, they can manipulate us. Uh, think about this. When you go to look at something on the internet, be it if it's on your phone or wherever, that as soon as you look at something, all of a sudden you have like 700 emails, and everything you see online is the same thing. Be it if it's political, believe it. Be it if it's religious, believe it. Be it if it's something you want to purchase, it's all the same thing. Yeah, yeah. Nepal is the latest one, and but Rick, what concerns me is, they so everybody on the prepping channel say we're not going to go for it, we're not going to do it, blah 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 blah. Me and Dragonflies have had this heart to heart talk about this. And I'm sorry, folks. You know, digital IDs are going to come in, and people, we already got the gold stars on our driver's license, all these things. Hey, what's up? The message. What's going on? The messenger. Hey, SBLL. Hey, Nanya. And I think that people, unless you are fully prepared, and I'm talking out of debt, own your property, have a bug out location that's paid for, have an underground bunker, have a food supply that's probably 20 to 30 years to sustain you and your family, and you add all these things up. That's the only way I believe that you're going to be able to sidestep, or we're going to be able to sidestep the CBDC and the whole digital thing. And once the digital thing happens, it is going to be a total control system. I mean, everything. You sneeze, you fart. We already know that that's bad for climate change. Bad, bad, bad for climate change, right? You put that up, uh, and it's bad. And then you're probably far and few between, far and few between that has that capability, um, which is good, and I applaud you for it. But the thing is what about everybody else? What about the people that don't have it, that can't do it, that are on disability, Social Security, whatever it be, and that they cannot get all those things in line before they roll out the CBDC? You're going to have, it's not the mark of the beast, though, that will require an allegiance to a person, but it's a stepping stone for sure. Yeah, 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 Rick, I agree with that totally, man. I do. I really do, Rick. Hey, Carol, I didn't see you sneak in. And if you fart, the new thing is, right? The new thing is they don't want us to plant vegetables because vegetables let off too much CO2, and they don't want us to drink coffee. Hint, hint. There's your hint. There's your sign. When they're showing you signs, right now I smell coffee in the cabin. It smells wonderful. But I, like honestly, thank you SBLL. Thank you, man. Um, SBLL, those memberships also are getting you in this drawing for that cornhole game. Just so you know, I got to find something to write with real quick. But I think that we have so many things coming at us all at once. It's like, woo, lordy, I think my big thing is I found this place to get 40 bottles of water for $3. 40 bottles. So I'm stacking water. Like right now under my desk, I have a case. Beside me, I have a case. I'm going to stack water to the rafters because you can go without food for a period of time. You could, we are talking about the most important weaponry in your arsenal as well, me and Dragonflies. It definitely, let's take a vote. Who thinks it's a 9 millimeter? One. Handgun wise, I would say definitely a 9 millimeter. How many of you would agree that 9 millimeter is probably the most versatile weapon you could have um, when it comes to weaponry. I think it definitely is. I think it definitely is. Um, the other one is probably the one that they're trying to get out of our hands, which is the AR. They're trying to get the AR out of our hands, um, because the AR is also another one, right? Yeah, yeah, exactly, Nanya. I definitely agree with you. That's um, and right now you can still get it, and I say get it while the getting's good, because pretty soon you can't. What's up, Alley Cat? Yeah, yep. That's the other one that me and my buddy were talking about. He owns a store, right, Rick? And he has a big gun store. I think I've taken y'all on a video there once or twice, maybe. But me and him were talking about it, and he said that's your second one. That would be the most common rifle round is the 223. So those are your probably go-tos, right? I think that it's very important. I don't talk a lot about this. I think it's a very you can talk about it on YouTube, but you got to be very careful how you show those. Yeah, very true. Yep. What's up, Alley Cat? Alley Cat. Well, and I think the thing is that the time is going to run out. We're going to be like Australia, and they're going to be like, "Hey, everybody, come hand those in. We'll give you $100." They're already doing that gun grab thing in California. There was like 3 states that are doing it. Like, let us buy back your guns. Buy back my gun. Bullshit. No, I don't want to. You can no. Yeah. I'll have to post. I'll have to post. Texas did it too, Lady Casca, with the buyback gun thing. There's another one too, Nunya. Do you know what? Oh gosh, and they got some really good articles on there. Like seriously, about all kinds of prepping and stuff. I'll have to find it. I'll post it on the community page as soon as I find it. Same shit, different day. That's about the truth, Alley Cat. Yeah, really. Well, and that makes sense. I mean, that makes sense, SBLL. Be creative, brother. Be creative because you're going to need to protect yourself. I've been watching some horrific things on this police thing on Telegram, and man, people are losing their minds. One came up today on my phone. The whole family was found dead, murder, suicide. There was another one. This guy just stood up in a subway, said something, and these illegal immigrants from, I would say, somewhere in Africa, Nigeria, somewhere like that, just cold cocked him. And he fell back, hit his head against the subway door, and you know that he was in trouble. Also, watched another disturbing one of a young lady, um, which I think, honestly, the video was put on there, but I honestly think it was gang affiliated.
Lady Casket.
They can.
They ran out of gift cards.
Well, well, and I wish I could get another gift card. I mean, shit. Can somebody send me another gift card? Actually, I got in on a couple things, and I got some free gift cards. So those are always well. But I should go to DC. Maybe I can get another one. Beautiful day in Corona, Corona. Buddha channel, smiling and happy. You sent a dragonflies. I sent an email at off the wall. Okay, I'll have to look. Uh, but I wanted to come on here about the auction. So it's tomorrow at 4:30, and it'll probably run. Honestly, I would say close to 4 to 5 hours. It's that big. It's still. I don't even think it's still up. I don't even think it's uploaded yet. It's been. It took me 4 hours to create it, and probably it's been uploading for 2.5, 3 hours. So it's a big one because this is the last auction on Off the Wall Prepper until our yearly one next year, if we make it to next year. Just saying. Yeah, it's still not uploaded. It's been uploading forever. But and there's a lot of goodies, lots of stuff. Won't be online buying for ammo. Yeah, yeah. That would be a bad, probably a bad thing to do, honestly. Oh yeah, give you a. Did they give Burger King once too? Did they give you a Burger King gift card? Here's a Burger King gift card. Go get your crown because you're a dumbass. Oh, just saying. Just saying. Just saying, right? I ain't kidding. Texas ran out of gift cards during the Sounds buyback. Hera had trying to buy gifts. Wow. Well, that's something. Thank you again, SBLL, for the gifted memberships. I didn't see who got them. Carol, quit barfing, or is that money? Barf, I think. Maybe it's barf. I don't know, y'all. I think we're in a whirl of shit, and I think that good people, um, we're going to see good people become very animalistic, very survival minded when they don't have any food, when they don't have anything, when they haven't prepared even for a tornado, yet a hurricane or any type of catastrophe, that don't have 3 days of food, 3 days of water, that they don't have nothing, right? That they don't have nothing, and when that happens, the evil of the evil are going to come out. And me and Dragonflies were talking about this. I said, when we know that society has broke down, and I mean, I'm saying this from my heart to all of you, is that when society has broke down, all bets are off. Like, do not think that you're going to be able to talk someone out of hurting you or talk someone down from the situation, because it's not going to be like that. It will not be like that. It will be dog eat dog. And the most important thing is, especially the first 72 hours, is stay out of the chaos. That's why, like, the first 72 hours are going to be crucial to your survival, crucial to making it. Because after the 72 hours, and after, honestly, hey, she's a wildflower. I mean, I'll be honest, after a lot of people kill each other, um, the shit will calm down a little bit. In Haiti right now, the things that are going on there are horrific, absolutely disgustingly horrific, man. I mean, when you see what's happening in Haiti, that's exactly what will happen with people. The gangs, the groups, they will form and they will try to take over little areas so that they can take everything they possibly can. And it'll be just like what's going on in Haiti. If you go and watch some of the videos on YouTube or maybe on Rumble, because I don't even know if you can watch those on here, but total chaos, total nonsense uh, will happen. And they will catch neighborhoods and cities and communities on fire where the first responders are not going to be there. They're going to be at home protecting their family. They're going to be at home protecting their wife, protecting their kids, making sure that their house is as secure as possible. And I was reading, which I do a lot, as y'all know. Is the coffee ready, babe? No, no coffee. I'm begging over here for some coffee. She's just looking at me like, yeah, sure. But one thing that I never really considered, and maybe each one of you have or haven't, is if you take everything to the basement. If you take everything, like, I would never take everything to one spot, period. I think it's a bad idea. But if you took, yeah, Miss Needle, stop it. I need coffee. That's why me and Dragonflies, we're prepping our asses off of coffee. But, to the basement situation, if you take everything, right, to the basement, you'll be really screwed. You'll be really screwed. It will be a really chaotic situation, because it's almost like putting yourself in a hole in the corner, except people know the corner's there, right? So I was like really entangled in this article about preppers that only put stuff in one place. I mean, we've talked about it. I think that most of you are well rounded. Most of you have thought off the wall and out of the box, or otherwise you probably wouldn't be on this channel. But, you know, we have to really separate out some stuff. You should have preps in your car. You should have preps in outbuildings. You have preps underground. You should have preps anywhere and everywhere that you can possibly put them. Now, I do know there's somebody in the chat that put him in a cave, and when they came back to the cave, their shit was gone. Okay. We have a very special guest next week, too. And she's going to come on and tell about when she lived in Germany and when Germany had major issues against Americans and what occurred and what she went through. Because I think that when you hear her story, I think that you'll realize that it can happen so fast in the blink of an eye, right, folks? In the blink of an eye. Hello, Mount Grandma. Hi, Copycat. That it can happen. Hey, Patty. It can happen so fast that, we can go to sleep and in the morning we can wake up and be just like Haiti. And what's happening in Haiti right now? It's always Haiti. Has Haiti ever not been an absolute shithole? I don't know. I would have to look at the history, honestly, Patty, to be able to even answer that question, because I know that if you go to the Dominican Republic, it's beautiful, and then they have it set up for to keep the Haitian people off of the Dominican side, which is crazy because it's an island, right? But they've had uprisings between the Dominican Republic and Haiti forever, as long as I remember, and it's crazy that the things that are going on over in Haiti, they have actually, it's so barbaric right now that there's cannibalism. There's cannibalism happening. And I think that right now also Puerto Rico is another hot spot that's going to escalate to something really, really bad with what's happening there. And we keep seeing all these different things. They never recovered after the first earthquake there. Yeah, but that was years ago, Rick. That was years ago. And I mean, the thing in Haiti is that the gangs and the looters run that place. The cartels, the gangs, the drug dealers, and um, I think that there's a really good movie out about Brazil, and it's the same thing that happened in Brazil where these gangs took over, and these kids, they're kids, right? I'm talking like they were like 7, 8 years old, and they were packing a gun and they were shooting. And these guys would tell them, "Hey, just shoot that person, shoot this person," and they would just do it. And it was a documentary about these little boys that actually got out of Brazil after being put in that really bad situation. I think that, hey, RR, I think after the crumble of the United States, we're going to see the same type of thing. I mean, we're already at the tipping point of a third world country. I mean, there's not much holding us on to the other side right now. And many of you might say, well, I'm real comfy still, financially, I'm fine. This is okay, whatever. But if you look around at what's happening in the United States, what's happening at the borders, the North and the South, and I hate to say it, but I told you also that the West Coast, that there was something very bad going on there. And now they're coming out with all these reports. Well, we've been talking about that for 2.5 years, right? We've been talking about it for 2.5 years because of the research I did about the ports and because I'm very interested in that subject. But now it's coming out in reports that at all over the place that they definitely are within our ports, within those cranes. And I think that they're pretty much in everything. If you think about it, in our vehicles, in our cell phones, in our infrastructure, and there's no turning back the damage that's already there. And they can say that they can get rid of this hack or that hack, but with the way the hacking war is going, I don't believe so. I don't believe so. Um, I think the ones that they're looking at right now, like the Volt Typhoon, they're looking at that. But once the Volt Typhoon is taken care of, they have another worm to go off of that hack, and that worm takes off to the other direction to avoid them catching it. And when that happens, it's just like a never-ending circle of chaos. And I think the United States definitely, um, yeah, I wouldn't doubt that. I wouldn't doubt that. Yeah, yeah. Oh well, yeah, yeah. That probably wouldn't have been a good place to hang out, huh, Patty? I mean, it wasn't a good place to hang out in the '90s during the Los Angeles riots, And then what happened in Watts in the '60s, is what you're talking about. And the, from Oakland down to Los Angeles, it was chaotic. And I think that those types of riot situations will happen again here in the United States, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's what I had talked about that over at OTWP report. And, but this is the thing. They come out with the report, but that I have been telling y'all that one, they had all that AI in there. They had this AI in there. They could actually unload and load. Remember, we watched that video, I think it was over a year ago, where they brought that crane in there that was remote controlled, and it completely unloaded a ship container, the whole thing, the whole ship. It unloaded it, and it was all remote done. I think that the things that we're seeing, like the H-1 helicopter that crashed at the southern border, the situation with these supposed remotes, in that they're not only in that, they're in power strips in our homes, they're in our cell phones, they're in our cars, they're in the infrastructure, they're in our banking system, they're in our government system, they're in every government website. I mean, there's nothing safe, and the digital world has created that. So we're already at war. It's just a different type of war. And I think economically, we're going to get hit really hard. I think the economy is going to go, you think it's bad now? I think it's going to go worse. Yeah. And everybody having internet problems. I mean, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. And it just seems to be getting more and more. The longer we go, the more it happens. And I think that we're going to see that occur all around the country. But the thing is the day we wake up and there's no bank accounts, that's the day that we're going to know that there's like that we're really screwed. And I don't think there'll be a bailout for Americans. I don't think there'll be a bailout for the banks. This is all purposely set in plan, and it's 2024. They have till 2030, and I think it's going to be on steroids until then. And I think honestly, they may have put that agenda out there, and it may not be the actual case. It may happen way, way earlier than that, right? Way earlier. Yeah, not only cash. I think that each and every single one of us, uh, honestly, I think that we need to. I think that we need to get silver. Silver has stood the test of time. Salt, honestly, salt, liquor, um, things that if you can pick up a few here and there, I think that they'll come in handy. I think learning around our neighborhoods, like learning somebody that we can actually barter with, you know, getting to know people around us more and more. Yes, yes, I got the Java. Whew, I gotta have Java. I gotta have Java. I want to take dragonflies over to Hawaii, but I don't want to fly on a Boeing now. Just saying. I wonder if we could paddle over there in the canoe. Shit. Yeah, and I will tell you this about that too, is that Dragonflies did that whipped honey video. I don't know if somebody could grab it and drop it in the chat. You did do a video. Yeah, you did a video on it. And you could get rid of sugar and do honey. And I'll tell you what, whipped honey is like delicious in coffee. It doesn't take as much, and it's really good. Um, and plus, you're going to need extra salt, because if you need to smoke meat, cure meat, whatever, you're going to need that available to you as well. So I think having plenty of salt, and that's one thing that we were lacking. And when we went to the Amish store, we did pick up more of salt. Hello, what's up, Storm Radios and Cats? Hello. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Well, and we have a lot of freeze-dried coffee, instant coffee. Like if you can't afford like going to My Patriot Supply or wherever, you can go anywhere and get instant coffee. And the instant coffee has a long shelf life. And not only that, you could put it in your bags and stuff, and vac it. I think Mile Hour Bag is probably the way to go with it. I think that's what Dragonflies does. She does it with our pasta too. We have pasta. I would be in a SHTF. I will be so fat from eating pasta. I'll be like, okay, what do we have in pasta? Pasta, rice, pasta. It'll be a pasta rice diet. But you can afford those things, huh?
Negative.
Say what?
Negative.
Why?
There's also vegetables.
Well, yeah, we have vegetables, but I'm just saying, like, we have a lot of freaking pasta. We have totes of pasta and totes of rice and 5-gallon buckets of rice. And one thing I can say is, like, when you really think about how much food you need, just um, don't overwhelm yourself, right? But because the thing is like we can get by on a little bit of nothing, but I always reflect back to WW2. How many of you in the chat have seen the movie Schindler's List? Hit a one. That movie, like, just as it was years ago, I seen it, and that was one of those movies that just struck a nerve in my spirit. And I think about how those people starved to death, and that, and it's happening today all around the world. We have countries that are on the brink of starvation on a daily basis, that are one meal away from starvation, and that's where this country's headed. Hey, Drops. Hey, Peter Wilson. Schindler's List touched my spirit because it was like, my God, women, kids, people. And even on both sides, it was just like total chaos and destruction. And I know that's a very touchy subject with some people, but my whole point is right now, y'all know that I work in the nonprofit industry right now, and I will say this: we are balls to the wall, all about global starvation, all about water purification. I have to give a big shout out to probably the biggest YouTuber on YouTube, which is Mr. Beast. He went to Africa and he actually went over there and set up water systems for people. He set them up for the African people. But we're going to need those here too, folks. Our water has such high PFAs, it has such contamination. Mercury levels in some of the rivers are unbearable. And I think that with all these there was another, who knows where the explosion was today? There was another plant that blew up today. And that's another thing. You start putting, hey, Tina Ladybug, you start putting all these pieces together, right? And there's no way. I know that media blows it up, including YouTube. But if you really sit down and look at it statistically, we've never had this many train derailments. We've never had this many chicken cold. My mother, 81 years old. I love my mom dearly. Y'all know that. She said, KJ, I've never in my life seen this many tornadoes. And then she was talking about the year when we all raised the money for Kentucky. She said, never in my 81 years have I seen that many tornadoes come across. She goes, there's something wrong. And, our elders speak great words of wisdom if we would only listen to them, right? They do. We can start a gray fat man movement. Oh my God, dragonflies. Hold on. Only dragonflies will put that in the chat.
I was answering Rick.
Oh my gosh. Y'all are always so way out there. I mean, I know it's off the wall, but damn. I'm not fat, lanky, but not fat. Chunkies.
I'm Chunky Monkey.
Oh, Lordy. Lordy, Lordy. I'm glad everybody stopped by. We will have the auction tomorrow at 4:30. Right now, I'm going to give you a quick dip into what's happening with the auction. We have a brand new channel. It's called the Auction House of OTWP. And there's 2 auctions every other week. New stuff, old stuff, vintage stuff, cast iron, prepping, first aid. We're going to have some specific auctions there. Like it may be all just tactical, all like prepping stuff, hardcore stuff like that. And then we're going to have other ones that are mixed. We're going to have, there's like all different auctions that are coming. We have people from all over the state of Missouri wanting us to sell their stuff. So right now it'll be coming to that channel. As it grows, there will be an actual auction house open. I'm hoping here in the next 90 to 120 days, 3 to 4 months to get everything set up, because we got to get chairs and desks and all that stuff. So I'm hoping that we'll have a physical auction house and the online auction, which y'all will still be able to participate even when we have the auction house itself. So I'm really excited about the new venture. Antiques, collectibles, things like that. I've always just loved them. I just love that old stuff. And I also love the prepping community and the homesteading community. And so I have really sought out some people here, some elders that have stuff they want to move and get rid of. So we're going to move it and get rid of it for them. And that's pretty cool. Some of the deals and the wheels and deals that y'all are already getting are like the prices are unbelievably good. Way better than you'd ever find at retail. You can email me, Alley Cat. You can email me. Just send me an email. So let's watch this video. I'll be right back. And this kind of explains about the auction house. And then I'll be back and we'll kind of wrap it up and then and talk for a few minutes more. I'm not in a big hurry. That's for sure. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the auction house of OTWP. So this video will explain the process to get set up so that you can bid. Also, basic outlines. It's very important that you follow these step-by-steps if you're going to be bidding. Also, the schedules here for April, March and April. We have 2 different auctions, and then so one will happen, and then 2 days later, another one will happen. Some of the items that didn't sell will be added in. Other ones will be dropped off. The ones that are sold will be out of that auction, and new stuff will be added. You will be billed after the second auction from this point forward so that we can combine shipping, only bill you one time. And on top of that, it makes it easier and more streamlined. There's an early live stream and a later one. So I hope this helps everybody, and I hope this video helps everybody to understand the process. It's very important if you're going to bid in any auction, just go ahead and pre-register now. You'll get assigned a bidder number. And if you watch the video, it's only about 3 minutes long. You'll completely understand the process. Look forward to seeing everybody at Off the Wall Prepper 2 for the last auction of the year on that channel. Then all the auctions from this point forward will be at the Auction House OTWP. Thank you very much. God bless you from here in the Ozarks to wherever you're at. Thank you for being part of the auction house. Thank you for all your support. And I hope you all are getting some awesome items. There'll be new items, vintage items, collectibles, prepper items, homesteading items, book items regarding prepping, all kinds of different subjects, conspiracies, and first aid and bushcrafting. So you'll never know what's going to happen at the auction. We have all kinds of different items coming in from people all over now. So it's going to get interesting. Kids' clothes, kids' shoes, brand new items. I could go on and on. We also are going to have some small home decor items, farmhouse, some beautiful farmhouse decor, and some cool kitchen gadgets like coffee grinders, wheatberry grinders, meat grinders, new in the box, first aid kits. There's fire blankets. There's so many things coming in right now. Knives, Zippos, lots of Zippos, lots of knives. Oh, some old vintage marbles. There's a lot of stuff coming in. I went over my 3 minutes. I'm 2 minutes and 36 seconds. Watch the rest of the video. See you later.
That rooster crowing 6 a.m. Black rifle coffee, a few good friends. Watching the sunrise in a deer stand, hell yeah, that's my kind of country. Casting a ride out on the lake, ice cold beer, drop tailgates. Watching the sunset, fall asleep, hell yeah, that's my kind of country. Out where the green grass grows, it's just one stop sign to a simple life off a dead-end old dirt road. Cowboy hats, pickup trucks, four-wheel drives, digging up mud, sipping whiskey from a Dixie cup. Hell yeah, that's my kind of country. Rodeo buckles, worn-out boots, wide open fields, small town roots. We like to eat what we shoot. Hell yeah, that's my kind of country. Listen up. Digging up dirt with these two hands, praying for rain, working that land. The fear of God instilled in every man. Hell yeah, That's my kind of country. Friday night lights, old town squares, Jesus chicken and county fairs. Sunday mornings are a family affair. Hell yeah, that's my kind of country. Out where the green grass grows. Where the green grass. It's just one stop sign to a simple life off a dead end old dirt road. Cowboy hats, pickup trucks, four-wheel drives, built for tough. American flags flying in the mud. Hell yeah, that's my kind of country. Rodeo buckles, worn out boots, wide open fields, small town roots, where the colors run red, white, and blue. Hell yeah, that's my kind of country. We shake hands with everyone we meet. We say that's my kind of country. That's my country. There's no place I'd rather be. Get off an old dirt road in a pickup truck, in the back of the bed with the one I love, kissing under the stars till the sun's back up. Yeah, that's my kind of country music on the radio. Taking our time, taking it slow, getting lost where the green grass grows. That's my kind of country. Opening doors, shaking hands, saying yes sir and thank you ma'am. It's just how we are, it's who I am. Yeah, that's my kind of country. 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 My kind of country. Yeah, I'll see you out there.
Hey everybody, it's OTWP. I'm glad you're here, and I hope you get in on the cornhole challenge. So it's $5 per spot. It'll run from today until the last day of March. Then on April 1st, we'll have the drawing on a live stream. You do not have to be present to win. If you've helped the channel by doing a $5 super chat or a $5 super thanks on a video and hashtagged it OTWP Eagle, you will be put in the drawing. Each $5 will get you a spot at winning the American Eagle cornhole, brand new in the box, shipped to you free of charge. So for $5, this is a fundraiser for the channel. Also, part of the proceeds are going to one of my favorite veterans programs, and that will just be an added thing because I want to give back. But I hope that y'all get in on it. It's also going to help support our music programs and our other programs like trivia, and this is a way of giving back to the community. You have to be a sub. You have to hashtag any video, hashtag OTWP Eagle, when you give the $5 super chat or the super thanks. This should be fun, and somebody's going to take home a very cool cornhole game, brand new in the box, shipped to you free of charge for a $5 spot. Boom. See y'all tomorrow. Just so y'all know, it's not going to actually go to a veterans organization. It's going to go to a veteran. And then also Bella and little Joe, they need shoes. So part of the proceeds are going to go to buying them new shoes, hopefully helping them out a little bit. Their situation just makes me mind boggled. It bothers me a lot. And I think you all know that. You've known that for like the last year and a half. But I'm glad everybody was here tonight. And I look forward to the live stream tomorrow. We will have a live stream tomorrow morning here at OTWP Report. Here at off the wall prepper too. I'll be posting it shortly. It's a prepping show that I've put a bunch of work into on research, and I don't think that you want to miss this one tomorrow morning. So we'll have coffee. It might be a little doom and gloomy for you, but we'll bring in some sunshine. I try to always bring in a little sunshine, but shoes ain't no joke. Yeah, well, and they don't need no $300 pair of shoes each, but little Joe needs some good boots, Kentucky, and Bella being out there in the forest. I mean, I seen that little girl's legs, and y'all, it was I don't know, like, sometimes when she hugs me or they hug me, I get a little, because and it's not that I don't love and care about them. It's that I wonder if they're going to end up with diseases because of the sanitation. And that's a big thing when it comes to prepping, and we should talk about it a little bit, you know? People don't wanna talk about what happens when your crap doesn't go down the toilet, right? But people don't wanna talk about that. It's like, "Oh, God," no. But I'll tell you what, when a real SHTF situation happens, or if you're like Bella and little Joe and Jay that live in the forest, I seen their pit, and I was like, "Oh my God," they haul their stuff over to a pit, and it is not nice. It's not nice. And when you think about the reeking smell, okay, of urine and feces, it's disgusting. If that situation happens where you cannot use your indoor plumbing, you're going to realize what it's really like. And I think that many people don't realize it's going to bring rodents, it's going to bring flies, maggots. I mean, I'm talking nasty stuff, right? And if you have to have a pit, you need to have it as far freaking away from your dwelling as possible, be it if it's your inside or outside dwelling, be it if you're in an SHTF and you have to get out in the woods, you better dig a nice hole and bury that stuff like a cat. And I'm not kidding you. I mean, it is downright disgusting. And think about all the diseases. She's a wildflower, might be able to tap in on that statement right there. She was an RN. What kind of diseases can you get from feces and blood and urine and stuff like that? I mean, think about that, folks. So you've got to have a plan.
And
And
fleas.
huh?
And fleas.
Oh yeah, and fleas and everything else that's going to come with it. And then you're going to have other rodent type animals coming around that, d- oh God, you're going to create a serious mess. Um, I think that, if you're elder, I think that one of the things that you could do, right, is that you could get one of those porta potties, like the little camping porta potties. I've been finding them for like, on Macari, they were like new. I mean, they were in the box and stuff. The boxes have been open, maybe returned or whatever, but I was seeing them for like 25-30 bucks, which is cheap. And the worst case scenario, get you a 5-gallon bucket, get you a 5-gallon bucket and a lot of trash bags and haul that poopity doopty as far out and away from your home as possible. Because the things that are going to come with it are absolutely going to be devastating to you and your family.
What the heck did KY say? Herpa.
Yeah.
Donna.
Herpagatus
Syphilis.
foliates. KY, your extensive vocabulary is absolutely awesome
Added
there.
a whole bunch of words
Well,
together.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And look at what's happening already. She's a wildflower. I mean, like, honestly, look at what's happening. Look at what's occurring with the diseases that we haven't had in this country that all of a sudden are popping up. There was another boy in a New York shelter that came down with measles. And if I'm correct, measles is very, very contagious. So, think about that alone. And it's going to get downright disgustingly nasty. Oh, it will be. And Boo, you need to have an escape route. You need to have an escape plan. You need to have a plan to get out of Dodge when the time comes and your gut says, get the hell out. You need to have that plan. I mean, I know that most of us don't want to desert our homes. We don't want to move. We have roots in that area. and we don't want to leave it. Just like here at this cabin, I don't want to leave this cabin ever. But I'll tell you what, if the time comes, just like when we thought there was a forest fire, I told Dragonflies we had one problem. When me and her left this cabin to go check, when we went to go check to see if there was a fire on this property, we should not have left the indoor animals. We shouldn't have left the indoor animals because the indoor animals, if there was a fire, what if we couldn't have got back to the cabin? It's one thing to lose stuff, but to lose T-Bone and Trooper would be heartbreaking to me. And Dragonflies would melt down right in front of me. She would lose it. She would lose it. She's had T-Bone since he was like this big. I wouldn't even know how to deal with her. I'd have to call She's a Wildflower and Tamara to come get her because it'd be that bad. For her, it'd be like losing a child. So, that was one flaw in our plan that we immediately put into action. But then when we were out there and we came back and things calmed down, I said, we screwed up. We screwed up. And that was the screw up. See, we can jump in the car. We have plenty of gear and things in our vehicle, so we could survive in our vehicle and escape. But the thing is, T-Bone and Trooper, that would break my effing heart. Just saying.
Drops wants the link for your PayPal to be able to send money directly for shoes for them.
It's just offthewallprepper@gmail.com.
He said a direct link.
If you email me at offthewallprepper@gmail.com, or then I can send you a request. Otherwise, you can just put offthewallprepper@gmail.com. Like that. You can just send an email there, or you can search offthewallprepper@gmail.com on PayPal and send it directly that way.
Look what Storms just said.
A North American T-28C Trojan just flew over. Wow. It does. It does. And it's getting more and more interesting on a daily basis. I think that as this year goes, we're going to all be like, oh my gosh. You don't have to have PayPal. You don't have to have PayPal to
use your own card and send it.
You can hit the cash button on the bottom too, because you probably already have a credit card in the system. Hey, Mimi. Hello, Mimi. 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 Well, we have another one that just came in. Hold on. Let's see what this is. Oh, they're conducting. Did you all hear about this? Okay, so they're doing the humanitarian aid airdrops in Gaza, and a bunch of people got hit in the head. So, okay, this is my thing. And they're continuing the humanitarian airdrops right now. So this is my thing. That is how desperate people are. That's how desperate they are. They're dying over there. They're starving to death. And so that's how desperate they are. They want whatever's being dropped from the air. And if it's not people, then maybe it's regiments of military that are grabbing up those things. But either way, they are fighting over it. Just saying. And that's when you look at the situation in Venezuela, we talked about that before. And the same thing, that guy that told the story in Venezuela, he said that, if it wasn't for the United States dropping airdrops, they would have all perished. People had basically was burning their furniture. People were burning their books, burning everything they could just to survive. And all the trees had just been shattered. There wasn't trees left to do that with. So it was very devastating to them. And there was it wasn't Venezuela. It was I'm sorry. I said the wrong place. It was not Venezuela. I read too much. It was 190 days. Oh gosh, what is it? It was in Germany.
Oh.
It was in Germany. I totally went on that one. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Gaza?
Huh?
Gaza?
No. No, that's Israel, Dragonflies.
But said it, not me.
Oh no. RR said it's so sad what's happening. It is sad. Yeah. Yeah, it was in Germany, and they surrounded them. They surrounded him, and when they surrounded him, the people couldn't get out. And it's the same situation that's happening in Gaza right now. And they have nowhere to go. They're backed up against the ocean. Where are they going to go? The only thing they can do is bunker down. See, in the United States, right now, we can move around. But if ML gets called or state of emergency gets called, they're not going to come out and say ML. They're going to say a state of emergency again. I think that this year we will see a state of an emergency. And I think that when that happens, it is best to go gray man and to put your head down and to be very, very cautious of your surroundings. No, it wasn't Frankfurt Patriot, no jab. Oh crap. I now you all got me sitting here trying to think what the town was. I don't know if I still have it on my phone. Very interesting. I brought the report here
Wasn't it in the mountains?
and we talked about it. We talked about it in depth about what happened to this poor guy. And he like went all into his story. Speaking of stories, we do have a special guest next week here on this channel. And it's a lady, and she's going to come up and she's going to tell what it was like in Germany, right? In Germany, when in the 80s, when there was a problem and what she had to do to survive. And they were so against Americans. Her family was missionaries there. And very, very interesting story. I'll be posting that probably tomorrow. And I'll also see y'all tomorrow morning for this special that I'm doing about the first 72 hours. So I really appreciate everybody being here. I appreciate all your members, gifted memberships, you're becoming a member, your super chats, all that. And I appreciate that you're having fun at the auction house. I guess I put the word out and now I have to get a garage to keep everything in. So, but it is going to be a lot of fun. And I really, really appreciate all of you. So I'll see you tomorrow morning for coffee. It'll be a little doom and gloomy. We'll bring it out in the sunshine. Then we'll bring it back out. And then tomorrow afternoon at 4:30, we will start the auction since it just barely got done doing checks. And it is 8 o'clock. I had it scheduled for 6. So it's one of those situations that, there's nothing I could do about it because it took me about 4 hours just to put it together. And then it took them forever for it to get uploaded and all that good stuff. We can dream about the old days. I don't think they're coming back, but we can sure still listen to the music from the old days. And this goes out to all of you. I wasn't born in 1963. I was born in 66. But I love the song. It takes me back, and I hope it takes you all back, and I hope you enjoy it. And then I'll see you all tomorrow. Keep your head up. Keep on doing the dang thing, everybody. God bless you. And I'll see you soon. Take an early nap, RR. Sleepyhead. Sleepyhead. See y'all soon.
She walked in the room, and mine, as I recall, it ended much too soon.
random one night.
I felt the rush like a rolling on from there, spinning my head around and thinking about my girl. Ooh, I got a funny feeling when she walked in the room. And mine, as I recall, it ended much too soon.